How are you today?
Doing good, doing pretty well.
Yeah, you're performing at the Borderline tonight. I think it's your first show in London in a while.
In a little bit. I think it's our first show in about a year and a half.
So what have you been up to since last year?
Touring, constantly, pretty much. Just touring a lot in America, and now we're doing a 5-week tour throughout Europe. So we're about a little bit more than halfway done. It's not even out here yet? Oh,
I don't think
exciting.
No.
It's been out for a while in America, so it seems like it's just been out for a long time because that's where we live and tour mainly.
Yeah. So I had a listen, obviously, and your older material as well, and I thought this one is far more bluesy and less folky.
Mm-hmm.
What made you do the transition?
Nothing really. Nothing.
Did you get bored with folk, or did you just fancy a change?
I think that I'm a huge fan of lots of different styles and genres of music, so I kind of think I don't think it's just like folk or blues or rock or this or that. I think it's a little bit of a lot of things, and it kind of just naturally goes in whatever direction it comes. So when I sit down to write, I don't think I'm going to write this kind of song or that kind of song necessarily. It's just.
I thought you experimented more with new instruments because you added the big bass and all that. So how are you going to do that for future records? Basically, just try new styles, add more stuff.
Always, yeah. The main thing for me is to keep kind of just trying to challenge myself creatively and musically, and whatever seems to feel right. Not to limit myself to being this thing or that thing, but being lots of different things.
Cool. And you got collaborations on the album. Which ones did you really enjoy? For which songs?
As far as just
the album.
Yeah, for playing with my band or playing with new people? Or?
Well, both actually.
I guess well, I enjoy playing with my band, but a special thing was Erica from a band called Heartless Bastards, who I've been a big fan of for a while, and she agreed to sing on one of the songs called Leaving My Love, so that was a cool collaboration, but not really, it wasn't together. We recorded it in Portland, Oregon, and then sent the track to her, I think, in Austin, Texas, and she did it there in another studio. So it was collaboration many miles away, but it was still very cool.
What's the difference with the crowds in the States and over here? Is it just that they're more familiar with your work, or?
They're bigger in the States just because we've played there a lot more, you know. I think in Europe, London, we do the best. But it's grown. We've been over to Europe 6 times, something like that.
Yeah.
So as long as we can see it stepping up a little bit every time, then that's a good sign.
Which places are you really looking forward to going back to?
I'm looking forward to going to Spain for the first time. We've never been there. We're playing Madrid and Barcelona.
What's important to you when you're writing songs?
I think to be as honest and sort of fearless as I can be, and not sort of always a little voice in your head telling you mean things, and to shut that voice up and to be open to being true to the song.
So are your songs always about your personal experiences, or are they about other people?
I think both, but always with my own twist, because I only know it through my own experience. So even if it's like a fictitious tale, I use my own experiences, I guess, to make the story.
This album's quite old for you now. I guess it's been out for a year in the States. Have you started writing new material?
Yeah.
And is it going to be similar to this album, or is it changing?
It'll probably be the greatest record that any anybody's ever recorded. It's hard to tell for me, I think, because in the 3 records that we've done, as I'm writing it, I can't really tell that they're so different. It's really when people kind of comment on it, or I hear about reviews or read some reviews or something like that, or after it's been out for a little while, then I can kind of look back at it. But it's always just me writing this shit, so it doesn't seem like a big departure from one to the other, if that makes sense. So I think the next one will be a little bit dirtier, a little bit more of a party than this one. This one's a party too, but it's kind of like a mellow party.
What were your influences growing up? What did you listen to?
Lots of stuff. I think the 3 biggest ones for me, though it's hard to say that, but I think the 3 biggest ones are probably Dylan, Kurt Cobain, and Otis Redding. If I had to give you 3, but there's more than that.
And right now, are you listening to anything specifically? Any albums or tracks that you think are really good?
I love Lee Hazelwood. I've been listening to, always listening to him. Been listening to a lot of Kinks recently. Still older stuff.
Yeah. What's the plan for the summer now? Are you going to be touring?
Another few weeks here. I think 2 weeks here. And then go back and do some festivals. We're playing Bonnaroo in Tennessee and a couple other festivals in the States, and just touring around those.
Are we gonna see you here in festivals?
Yeah, when you guys start asking us to play them, we would love to. It hasn't clicked enough yet, but we're waiting for it. We're fairly sure it will happen.